That's for the DJs and OGs.
What is up, everybody? You like that simple? I was saving that one for you.
You think too much.
I love that. Let me get these levels right. Give me 1 second here. Hope everybody had a good Friday. We're just hanging out, going over some crypto charts, checking out some crypto stuff. But yeah, I'm looking to build. So I have my stream deck here that I use for streaming. I'm not gonna add little sound bites and transitions and stuff. So I'm trying to grab ones of all the Zenians, all the Zen people in the ecosystem. So I got the Clio.
Shut the fuck up.
I got the Zensu.
Alright, let's fucking hash.
I got the Jack Levin.
That's for the DGNs and OGs.
And now we have the Simple Waters.
You think too much.
Love that stuff. I gotta get Crypto Bruh, I gotta get Trevon, I gotta get I wanna get Rome saying, "Shut the fuck up, Cleo." That's one of my favorite. That needs to be a soundbite for sure. Just having fun with it, trying to add some more fun to the stream. Tree City West took them all. Yep. We'll get into that, looking at the super blocks, checking out the hash head stuff. But as always, let's get started looking at some crypto prices. We'll head over to Crypto Bubbles. Let me know how the levels are, if the music's too loud, too soft. No more Clio.
Shut the fuck up.
That's so great. So, yeah, we kind of had to pull back today. Everybody knew it was coming. You know, you can't pump for a week straight and not expect to pull back. So, we do have kind of a red day officially on Crypto Bubbles. You can see Hex is down 20%. Pulse Chain after the big pump is down 10%. Pepe is down 7% after the big pump. We do have a couple green coins. We have Injective Protocol up 11%. Neo, an older protocol, up 8%. We got Near. Near's one of my favorites, up 3%. Phantom's up 2.5%. Link up 2.5%. Link's another one of my favorites. We're going to be talking about Link tomorrow in the members only stream. So yeah, crack the old Red Bull open on a Friday night. And let's get into it. Let's go take a look at the charts. Been doing a bit more TA this week. I kind of took a break from the technical analysis, and now we're getting back to it. So last night we were talking, Bitcoin was kind of in this flag here, just kind of bouncing around, and we weren't sure if we were going to break it down or break it below, but obviously we came below, and what's kind of interesting here is we're retesting it. So let me zoom out a little bit. We'll look at the hourly. So this is never a good sign. So when you're in a range like this, just kind of ping-ponging around, then you get stuck to the bottom and you fall through the range. Now we're retesting it. So this is a bullish retest or a bearish retest. What typically happens here is we bounce off here and go lower. But obviously on the weekend things can get a little wonky, you know, especially anticipating an ETF approval. Hasn't happened yet, but could come any day. Anything can happen with Bitcoin. We could also just simply redraw this to include the wicks down. And then when we do it like this, we're still kind of just in the sideways range. So we'll kind of do some pivoting on the TA, kind of adjust as it's playing out. But really, I mean, since we had that big pump up to 35,000, we've really just been going sideways. And I think this is a solid support. You know, a week ago, who thought that a $33,000 Bitcoin would be our support, you know, on the downside? And that's what we're looking at on this hourly chart. So that's pretty exciting to see. So who we got in the chat tonight? Shout out to everybody here. We got Janet Rakuten hanging out downstairs. Shout out to my wife. We got Rolando. What's up, Tazenian? What's up, Simple Waters?
You think too much.
What's up, Craig Crypto? What's up, Rolando? Welcome, welcome. Good group tonight. Glad everybody's here. Shout out to the 11 watchers. We're the cool kids staying in tonight. So this is interesting. Down here on TradingView, there's a little news update 20 minutes ago. The hidden signals. Bitcoin's on-chain data points to bullish outlook, but there's a catch. Santiment. I wanted to get a Santiment subscription. It's extremely expensive, but you can look at all the on-chain data, kind of like a Glassnode. So Santiment, a leading blockchain intelligence platform, has recently provided insights pointing to a favorable short-term scenario for Bitcoin. Other signals seem hidden. There's a catch. So what is the signal here? If you're concerned about a crypto retrace, note that Bitcoin still maintains a high pace of active addresses. So a lot of people are just buying the Bitcoin off exchanges and moving it to their cold storage. I bet that's what this is going to talk about. I actually saw this earlier too. I'm a big Ran fan, Crypto Man Ran, and Crypto Banter. It's part of my morning routine when I'm watching YouTube news, crypto news rather. But he said that Pepe is a good market indicator. So when you see Pepe pump, that means the market's overheated. So if you want to know when a pullback's coming, just watch Pepe. It's literally an index for when the market's getting overheated. When people are confident, I didn't mean to click on that. When people are confident enough to go there and it pumps, that's your sign to exit. Works every time. So Crypto Ran, he's saying here that when you see Bitcoin or Pepe pumping like this, it might be time to take profits on other projects. Because that's typically a top of the market. And, you know, when people are getting into meme coins and funny coins, you know, with that funny money, it typically indicates a top. That's when ETH went crazy, Pepe. Yeah, I mean, Pepe went crazy yesterday. I don't know if you saw that, if we look at the weekly chart, but it's up 78% on the week, which is crazy. During the Pepe craze when it was going nuts, I ended up buying like $15 of it just to have some, you know, just to say I had some Pepe, and I watched it go all the way up to $20, and I think right now it's worth like $15 again. So I pretty much bought the top of Pepe, lost a couple bucks. Meme season for sure. What's interesting about the meme season though is that Zen seems to pump when the meme coins are pumping. So we had when Pepe had that big pump, so did Zen, which is pretty interesting. Let's go take a look at our main watch list, see how it's doing around the Zen ecosystem. And yeah, Zen's coming back pretty hard now. So we've been watching this kind of rising wedge. As we pointed out all week, we were hitting it with as resistance. Earlier in the week, we broke above it. We saw that big Zen pump all the way up to 6075, and then we came back down. And this was the big decision point. Are we going to hold this support? And we did, and we kind of pumped back up, fell back, pumped back up. Today, we actually came down to the same level, and we retested it. And we kind of fell through, or we can adjust our line. So if you look at it like that, this still looks like a solid support, and it came down and it touched that line again. So we'll see what happens. We kind of lost the confluence with the golden pocket that we had, you know, when we were talking about that back here, but it's still bouncing off this support. So hopefully this remains support. Hopefully we'll hold this 6055. But this seems like a big thing right here. We got to hold this line right here, 6055. But obviously, we always remind you, Tree City West says that the prices end doesn't matter because the supply is so dynamic. The supply is going to be changing forever. You know, when people are minting, until the minting slows down, let me clarify that. Eventually, we're going to hit that pivot point. Zen's going to continue to fall until we reach that pivot point of the supply, and then it's just going to be a glorious run-up because it's going to become truly deflationary as long as it continues to be burned. But right now, there's so much supply being generated, so many mints being claimed every day, being dumped on the dexes. We're going to see volatile price action, likely to the downside. And that's just the Zen. That's just the Zen way. As long as the mints are profitable. What's kind of interesting now is that as the market's cooling off, so is the Gwei, and the Gwei's coming down. And Trevon mentioned that in his stream earlier in the week. the price of Zen is kind of tied to the Gwei level. So personally, I don't believe it, but we're looking at it. You know, over the last few days, the Gwei's been crazy high, and it pumped all the way to 6078. Now Gwei's starting to cool off. ETH and Bitcoin are retracing a little bit, and now the price of Zen is also retracing as gas is falling. Wes, has Zen taken over your life yet? Oh, it did last year. We've been here for a year already. Yeah, for sure, Edwin, no question. Lately, it's all XenBlocks. What I've been trying to do is, my new thing is trying to figure out the sync node database. So I'm trying to, I really want to build like a block explorer, like a better version of Hashhead, where rather than just searching for your own balance, you can actually search by block number. You can see like statistics, look at the recent super blocks, kind of like what ZenPub has going on, but more like an Etherscan type thing. So but the first part I have to wrap my head around is the data and how to manage the data. So obviously when we run sync node, I think I got my sync node running over here. When we're running sync node, we're basically creating our blockchain.db. What happened here? A sync node freeze? Uh-oh. My sync node broke. The database is locked. That's funny. We'll have to run the pkill python. Oops. If I could type. Is my database stuck now? Am I gonna have to create a new, a fresh database? Might as well. Well, we'll deal with that later. But, so now I've... 1 second, I gotta sneeze. Whew. Got me.
Alright, let's fucking hash.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, what I'm trying to do now is figure out the best way. So I actually reached out to Joseph maybe like 20 minutes ago on Telegram, just seeing what he thinks, how he manages the data. There's a couple different approaches. What I was kind of doing was running the sync node to create the local blockchain.db. But now I'm wondering if rather than creating the local blockchain.db, maybe I should just upload that directly to the cloud database that I'm going to use. And once I can get that, what's up, Aiden? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to Aiden, man. That's Augmented. That's the guy that makes all the hash heads. So not only is it like my new Twitter profile, but it's also the new thumbnails for all the videos. I think these are an awesome representation of XenBlocks. So I'm using all the hash heads he sent me. I think they're awesome. That's what's up. But so right now what we're doing, how Hashhead basically works with the GitHub, it's basically just scraping the leaderboard. It's not really interacting with the blockchain.db. It's basically just scraping the leaderboard and putting it into a JSON file that it's querying to pull these statistics. And that's why it's always like 15 minutes behind, because the leaderboard's behind, and you know, it's not actually using the live blockchain DB. My plan is to create a sync node that puts it into something like Supabase, and then we can have a website that references Supabase directly in the cloud. Let me log in over here. So once again, Zenium, XenBlocks, completely inspiring me to build some new things. I gotta be careful I don't show like my API key or anything. So basically what this is doing, I'm creating like a balances table and a blocks table, and I'm hoping I can run my sync node, it'll add the tables to this Supabase, and then I can use the Supabase as an API. But what I just figured out is that I can actually run the Python scripts for, I don't even know what you call it, massaging the data, indexing the data. There's like the indexer, and then there's also the get balances, which can be run against the blockchain.db. So now I'm like, all right, let's just get the whole blockchain.db into Supabase, and then we can schedule these Python scripts, to run like once an hour. So I'm super inspired. That's gonna be fun. This is what my weekend project's gonna be. Diving into it. We've also been running the. Oh, I don't have the. We've been running the listener. And this is part of the node testing. If you have questions about this, you want to participate, come over to the XenBlocks chat. But this is just basically testing. It's preparing for the consensus of XenBlocks, and it's basically connecting to the quote-unquote database, synchronizing the connections. And this number is actually the difference, like the difference between your node and the actual the timing, I guess. So that's pretty sick. It's extremely fast, which is awesome to see. But the more people we can get running nodes and testing this, the quicker the development will go. The more information, the more data we'll get. So it's exciting. Exciting stuff. So if you do come over to Hashhead, I have not updated the Telegram link, so we got to get that updated. This is a good resource. Come over to Zen World. We're also over in there talking about Zen, talking about music, talking about all things. Are you still playing Zen.game? Yeah, for sure. Let's go check that out. I don't got much planned, so I'm just off the rip tonight. Normally I get some show notes together, got some topics to cover, but I'm just gonna be all over the place. Whatever you guys want to talk about, you let me know. As always, super chats are open. That's a new thing here. But yeah, Zen.game. So I got the if you're a YouTube member below, hit the join button, become a Hashhead. You get the email alerts for Zen.game. And you can see I have 3,000 keys here. That's because I've been getting alerts when the game resets. And what I mean by reset, so something like this. So like I got an email 4 hours ago that said, hey, the price of keys dropped by 90%. When the game resets, there's this little reset meter here under the buy keys section. When this hits 99%, or when the meter exceeds 100, so when it exceeds 99%, the key price drops 90%. So if the key price is $10, that means it's going to be $1 after that hits. So so I have an alert set to let me know, hey, the game reset, go buy some keys. So when you buy keys, you also earn this little passive income. So I'm getting these unclaimed ETH rewards just for holding the keys. I have my name up on the board for a little bit there. I don't know if it'll show up here. But yeah. Yeah, I'll put my referral link in the chat if you are burning for Zen.game. Hope you come use my referral link here. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. I had to blow my nose there. When I start talking, I get like condensation in my nose and it starts dripping. So Craig Crypto asks, what's the difference between listener and sync node? Measure speed? So the listener is basically listening, it's talking to the other nodes. I wonder if I can find that, let's go take a look at Jack's Twitter, and he has a diagram of how it's gonna work, the consensus mechanism. Yeah, this one. No, that's not it. It's like the box with the lines. Yeah, this one. Okay, so we have this the difficulty consensus mechanism for the XenBlocks network. Basically, you have your network synchronization, you have your block verification, the difficulty adjustment, the consensus on the difficulty adjustment, finalizing the consensus for the difficulty, handling discrepancies, consensus finality, and resilience and upgrades. So this is just the difficulty consensus. This isn't what I thought it was. I thought he had one for the... Yeah, I might be thinking of something else then. I might be confused. But basically, this is just testing the consensus. So it's verifying that the block hashes match, and the timing is like the timing difference in the amount of speed. I don't know how to describe it. Let's go back and look at those screenshots real quick. So he set up a broadcasting station. Anyone who connects will get all the fresh block records. You can see them as they can. Code similar like this will be used to keep the 21 block proposer nodes in sync. So this is how the block proposer nodes stay in sync. So when the block proposers, they have to talk to each other, and they have to figure out the block hashes. They're constructing the light blocks to give to the miners to actually mine. So this is like the difference, the timing difference between the nodes. So if they're only 6 milliseconds off, if you're only 6 milliseconds off from the WebSocket from Jack's server, that means you're on point. When we start seeing big time differences, that means either there's a heavy load on the network, it's taking extra time, or something strange is happening. So the listener node is like a test one can run to see how one's node performs. Yeah, it's basically so you're pretending you're a node that's communicating with Jack's server, you know, the WebSocket server. But that WebSocket server in the future, it'll actually be a different node. It'll be someone else's node. And these timings are like how long it takes for you to come to the consensus. So for it to come to consensus in 6 milliseconds, that's lightning fast. That is so fast. So history is coming as blockchain blocks, where blocks table is just recent transactions. Our time is at most 100 milliseconds, which means we're at 2,500 transactions a second. I see a monkey picture. I thought that was funny. So this is just testing. The sync node is where the real magic happens. So let's go run sync node real quick. I'm gonna have to delete the. Well, here, I'll just run the Windows one. I have my batch file here. So the sync node is actually what creates the local blockchain. So it's also simulating running a node. You know, rather than a peer-to-peer connection happening where you're getting the blockchain from another node, you're actually getting it from Jack's server, which we're working towards the consensus. Eventually, it'll actually be a true consensus mechanism. Sorry, getting all goofed up here. Moved the wrong window, and now I'm all out of sync here. Yeah. So when I run the sync node, I'm actually creating this blockchain.db file, which is a copy of the blockchain that I'm actually able to query. I'm actually able to say like, hey, you know, what block number did this account block? What block number? Who mined this block number? I should say, or you know how many blocks happened within this hour? You can actually ask that database those kind of questions, and it basically it's a record of all the blocks, who mined them, what the timestamp was, and it's basically where all the transaction data will live. So when you run sync node, it's actually fetching the blocks from the database and storing it in the local DB file. And that's what I'm trying to build. I want to be able to take that local DB file and be able to query it from a web page. So you can actually say, like, you know, where it's an interface kind of like Etherscan, where obviously it won't be pretty and professional and have transactions like this, but it would be cool to come over here and either type in an address, type in a block number, type in like one of those a key, or, you know, so just different ways of searching for different block information. So I imagine you come in here, you type in the block number, like imagine I wanted like block 1163. I can come in here and on Etherscan, when I type in 11163, it gives me block 11163. I can see the miner that mined it. I can see the block reward. So this is, I would like to be able to build something like that. So I typed in a block number there, but it also recognizes if I type in an address, if I put in my own address, I can see that, you know, here's my address and here are my tokens and my ETH balance. You know, it'd be cool to be able to type in your address and see your Xenium balance and your super block balance, kind of like hashhead.io. But hashhead, you can only check your balances. It'd be cool to be able to check for blocks or check for a time range. You know, I want to see all the blocks or all the super blocks mined in the last 24 hours. So it would kind of be a combination of hashhead, of zen.pub, of Etherscan, and that's what I really want to build, like a true block explorer like that. So any support, I appreciate all the support, all the coffees you guys buy me, all the super chats you guys send. I actually signed up for the Supabase Pro account today, so now I feel that gives me the motivation and the pressure. Now I have some like financial obligation on the line. You know, I paid $20 to play with this, and now I have to get it working, or else it's a waste of money. So that'll be fun. So that's how I'm gonna spend my night. Once we get out of here, probably order some food, eat some food with the wife, and then see how we can get this database to work. So running the sync node is also how you can run that the block explorer that I have over on my GitHub. So if you come over to my GitHub, the Tree City West GitHub, I have these different repositories. So we have the XenBlocks Explorer, we have the XenBlock Monitor. The XenBlocks Explorer is the fun one. That just basically queries the blockchain.db. You can do things like query by block number, but it's all contained within a Python script. You know, I want to be able to have that happen in the cloud, so you can do it on a website. So if you're looking for what if you want to see what I'm trying to build, come over and play with this Python script. There's instructions on how to do it. First, you get your sync node fully synced. Then you run the indexer.py. The script reads from the blockchain.db and creates the index blockchain.db. Then you have the chart, which will create the different charts. You can see how many blocks are created, how many super blocks over time. You can see block distributions, like how many blocks per day, total network blocks, so total super blocks, total blocks by account. You can see how many Zunis certain accounts have. And then the Explorer is more of the text-based Explorer, where you can see like the top 20 holders. You can see account statistics. And this is over on the GitHub right now. But I want to build something for the web for that. Make friendship bracelets too, for sure. For sure. We're listening to 1989, the new Taylor Swift album. The Taylor's version came out today. So we could talk about DBZen as well. What's going on with DBZen? Holy shit. This got all the way up to $3.31. Currently sitting at $1.11. So we were kind of playing with this yesterday. This was originally like this, and we said, hey, if we fall out of this pattern, we're going to come way down here. And that's exactly what's happening right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back up and test it and continue our way down. I heard Crypto Bruh saying like 50 or 60 cents, I think. So definitely, I'm just holding my DBZen at this point, collecting my dividends, doing my things over there. Same with the Pulse Chain one. We've been saying it all week on Pulse Chain. You know, every day the supply, you know, day 2 the supply doubles, day 3 the supply basically triples, day 4 it's basically quadrupled. So now, you know, a couple days into it, there's 4 or 5 times as many tokens as there was up here. When people get those tokens, they throw them on the market, and that's what causes this price action. So this will happen. It's kind of the Zen effect. It's a consequence of a fair launch. You know, when you have the token release happening every single day, that pressure on the supply is going to push the price down, because people are going to get those coins, and what are they going to do with them? They're going to dump them. And that's exactly what we're seeing on Pulse Chain Zen. But gas is pretty low right now. Why don't we go check out DBZen? I'll burn some batches. Last night, so yesterday we claimed. Last night I burned another 20 batches and I got twice as many DBZen rewards. So the first time I burned 20 batches, I got 15 DBZen. Last night I got 16. So we're up to 36 total. Getting about a million PLS fees. So that's pretty nice so far. Taylor's actually Napoleon Dynamite. Pulse has no love for Zen. Yep. So let's go ahead and so what are we looking at for the burn? So right now about 5 billion is about 800,000 pulse. That's pretty cheap. So let's burn 5 billion Zen. Gas is looking pretty cheap right now. So we'll send the approval transaction. If you remember, we had all that Zen staked for the last... I've had that staked for months. Whenever they announced DBZen was coming to Pulse Chain, I bought a bunch of PZen. I took all my PZen mints and I threw it in a stake. And Roz said mid-October, so that's when I set my stake to mature to. So I ended up with 40 billion Zen. So I've just been burning like I skipped the first day. I only burned a couple, like 1 billion the first day. Second day I did 5. Third day I completely forgot, and then last night we burned 5 more. So today we're gonna burn 5 more. So this will be 15 billion Zen so far, or 16 billion including the first day. And yeah, we're just participating, just doing the thing. I don't think that was right. Oh no, it was good. Yeah, it was good. All right, so we burned. We'll take a look at the transaction over in Pulse Chain Scan. And yeah, we burned our 5 billion PZen. 20 batches. There we go. So let's go take a look at Zen.pub. I'm not sure if they, the first couple days, the burn leaderboard was a little wonky. We'll see how that's looking today. See if it's live stats. But yeah, you can see it's kind of the same old effect. Tons of Zen was burned that first day, but it's slowly coming down. And that's why it's good to participate. So yesterday there was 23, today there's only 5 so far. And it goes until 9 a.m. So it might be a good day to burn. You can see the daily participants are coming down. When there's less participants and less Zens being burned, that means you get more out of the pool. So let's see where I'm at. If I take a look here, I burned 5 billion. So I'm basically in the number 22 slot. Transaction cost was about $40 with some of the fee refunded. burn $25 worth of PZen, and it should give me $176 worth of PZen at this moment. Obviously, closer to 9 o'clock, this number is going to likely be much, much smaller. So do this at your own risk, but I like sharing my burns with you guys. So there we go. What's up, Break Free T? Yeah, we just we're going over XenBlocks. We're checking out DB Zen. I just burned 5 billion Zen, trying to build up my. I still have faith in DB Zen. Obviously, the price action. I do think the price action will continue down. You know, people are taking their profits. DB's NFTs were kind of a flop. I think people kind of expected the daily dividends with like the regular staking lobby, but the difference is people are claiming Zen every day, so everyone always has some Zen to burn, but people aren't creating ZenFTs every day, so they're not going to wrap ZenFTs every day. That's where we're at with the DB's NFTs. If there's like an event or something and people are wrapping, then yeah, see, this says 9 power and I'm getting 39,000 PLS, which is basically nothing. And that's okay. That's, you know, I just prefer the vanilla regular staking. So I'm just going to continue to stake over on Ethereum, Polygon, Binance. We're staking on Phantom. We're staking on Pulse Chain. We're staking on Avalanche. And I'm just going to hold my DB Zen. And what's cool about DB Zen is it's basically paying for the gas. So anytime I do have a Zen mint that's due, you know, a Zen claim, I can come over here and I have a little bit of the native gas fee for me to pull that Zen out. So I like that. I like that. Even though the price action on DB Zen's all volatile, all down, you know, it continues to drop. That's okay. I'll continue to burn. I like doing stuff with my Zen, including burning it. So that's where we're at there. How's the burn pot looking? 203. I haven't gotten an alert to burn Zen in a little bit, so I wonder if someone else set up alerts and we're getting front run. I think our alerts are 0.0012. So if this hits 001, or if this hits 012, it'll alert us. But it's not even making it that far. 6 hours ago, Validator burned 34 million Zen. I see his name all over the board here. Wonder how Zen Garbage Dump is doing. Let's go heal up our dump. I did not participate in the Binance, but I am planning on doing the Ethereum version of Zen Garbage Dump. I think that's going to be the most successful, if one is successful. So the pot hasn't grown. Yeah, it's because the gas is so high. So like the key price is also dependent on the gas. So people are being a lot more careful when they're buying keys when the gas is high. Also, the time's been up all day. It hasn't really been close. The pot really it was crazy because in the last game, there were several times where the timer got really low and then people would come in and start buying keys like crazy, and that would drive the pot up. But when it's been sitting at like 10 to 12 hours consistently, you got people coming in here buying 500, buying 900 keys, 700 keys, buying all these keys at a time. 1,000 keys 2 hours ago, that reset it. So it's I think it's going to be a more of a patient game before this pot fills up. But when this timer goes down, people are going to buy keys, and that pot's going to go crazy. So let's check out the dump, the garbage dump. So we're up to 30 Matic rewards in here. Not too much. I'm basically getting the drip of one Matic per day for my 1,000 GD Zen. I wonder what the reward's looking like today. So 2,000. Maybe I'll burn a couple batches. It's a Friday night. Let's get wild. We got a 30 Matic. That's like 5 batches or something. 10 Matic. We'll go crazy and burn 10 batches. It's like a whole half a penny's worth of Zen. Curious if this has any, we'll go check the Zen Alts watch list over here. Do we have any liquidity in GD Zen yet? Ah, there's a bit. Yeah, $700. It's down 100%. That's kind of funny. Why is it down 100%? So if I got 1,000 GD Zen, it's worth about $20. I probably should provide liquidity. We got about $30 worth. So there's way more Matic than there is GD Zen in the pool. That's kind of interesting. So someone must have added a bunch of Matic in order to get GD Zen. I could come in here and add my GD Zen. Hope people trade it up. But I like the rewards. I like the drip. So you saw the garbage fly in the garbage can there. That means we burned successfully. Now we need to recover our health. So I have to burn 42 XCC. What's the price of XCC? Because 42 sounds like a lot. I'm not sure. Yeah, here we go. Is this the right one? Well, there's less than $1 of liquidity, but it says it's 25 cents. That's not right, though. So, what is our balance? I'm not even sure how much XEC token I have. So we got 70, and it's going to cost 42 to restore our health to 100%. So eventually we're going to have to burn, if we want to continue to participate in this. I recommend, there's no liquidity, so what's the point? But I'm just having fun with it. I like doing this stupid shit. Wasting my time and money. It's bear market activities. What's up, Frankie, for crypto? Welcome, welcome. If you are doing the GD Zen thing, I pop my referral link in there. Shout out to the 16 watchers. Kind of a slow night. We're just chilling out. So now that I burned my 10 batches, I'm due to get 297 GD Zen. So people really aren't participating in this much at all. So we'll continue to watch that. See what happens there. You're a team player, Wes. Thanks. You are too, Craig Crypto. See TGC over on Pulse Chain taking a little bit of a, so it came up, we were talking about this yesterday, came up, hit the golden pocket, bounced off the golden pocket. Now it's kind of fell through the pattern, got above it. It's kind of broke back above and retesting it. So it's starting to look healthy. It's starting to be in this little range. Maybe it's more like this. So we're just kind of bouncing up and down. I sold a bit of it. I took some profits, but I did keep some just in case we continue to explode. Shout out to TG Zen, the Grays Council. I think that's what that's called. go over to Zen.pub, check out the XenBlocks dashboard. Thoughts on DXNTA? Oh, you'll have to run it back a little bit. I did cover DBZen. We can take a look at it though. I am a little bearish on it, just because. So we've been tracking it in this pattern, you know, for months now. It first came down here at the beginning of September. We had a wick down to like $1.15, but it basically stayed above $1.30. We started ping-ponging around. So a couple days ago, I was saying, I hope we hold this bottom level. I hope we hold this bottom level. Unfortunately, we broke through that level. And that's not a good sign. So our hope now is that obviously we came already down, all the way down here. We started to retest it. Hopefully we come all the way up and actually retest this and break through. What'll likely happen is it'll probably get rejected, and this is just going to become like a falling knife type situation. However, I'm gonna DCA into it. I'm gonna continue to buy some DBZen, staking it, collecting those ETH divs. People are gonna get their Zen. They're gonna need to do something with their Zen. I don't believe it's over for DBZen, but I do think there's a lot of whales exiting. A lot of people getting their capital together for Titan X. So Titan X might be the opportunity for DBZen. You know, it might be a good time to buy DBZen since people are going over there. Did I lock any up? Lock any up being DBZen? So how are we looking? So we're up to difficulty came down a little bit over the last 24 hours, down to 81,400. Down 2,900 in the last 24 hours. Got an extra 125 super blocks in the last 24 hours, up to 5,300. Surprising to see this week. The regular blocks and XenBlocks hit 4 million. That's so crazy to see. I remember when the difficulty adjustment hit around 200,000 blocks. That's when I started mining. Oh, did I lock any TGC up? No, I didn't. I did not. I didn't look into it though. I'm not sure what that means. They have some staking? Maybe I should do that. I kept like 25 million or something. I kept like maybe 15, 20 bucks worth or something. Maybe I should go lock it up. It's probably a good idea. Oh wow, so this is interesting. X1.eth is no longer the top miner. So he hasn't mined in about a month. He had something going on in the first couple weeks. He was mining like crazy. And then they just stopped. They stopped participating. And we were wondering how long it was going to take for someone to pass him. And now there's a new #1 on the leaderboard for XenBlocks. 0x3452. They have over 100,000 Zunis. 61,000 regular blocks. And then in the last 24 hours, you got this guy with over 3,500 blocks himself. So people are mining. People are mining. You really got to look past the GPU introduction. Yeah, you can see some falling off. I think a lot of this was right here where in mid-September, people were buying Contabo VPSs and VPSs with other providers for CPU mining, and then all those CPU miners dropped off because those monthly subscriptions ended. And then since then, it's just been stable. So I know I had like a bunch of miners in here that stopped mining. But it does say unique accounts, so that may not be a thing. But even though we're seeing less miner, we are seeing difficulty increase. The hash power is getting up there, so that's exciting. You gonna play with Titan X? I might. I'm I'm not endorsing it. I don't like it. It does seem to have a little buzz, but I'm just not feeling it. What's up, Byte Giga? Zen TA, please. Yeah, let's go take a look at Zen. So currently sitting at 6055. We covered this a little bit ago, but I'll clear up some of these lines here. But all week we've been following this this kind of rising wedge, and so we have our top level support, our bottom level. The top level was actually resistance at the beginning of the week, so we couldn't get above it, kept trying to get above it. Finally, things just kind of exploded on the 22nd. So 5 days ago, we got all the way up to 6078. Then we came down, and now we're retesting that level again. We came up, retested again, and we retested a third time here, and it's starting to look a little shaky. This one kind of looks like it might break through. So hopefully tonight we hold this level. Even if we just come down below it a little and get back above it, I think that'll be bullish. But if we start falling, we'll look at this as our first level of hope. Hopefully we hold at this 605 level. But there's a good chance we'll fall through there and kind of continue down. It really depends on the market, though. It depends on what Bitcoin does. If the ETF gets approved, the crypto markets are going to pump. It depends on what Zen does. If another project comes out, you know, when Zen garbage dump comes over to ETH, is a bunch of Zen going to get burned? You know, there's other projects. A lot of, you know, people are excited. So there has to be something happening. If it gets stagnant, if it gets stale. And also, you know, there's the whole gas thing. So the price of Zen seems to correlate with the gas levels. Gas has been so high all week. It got up to 40, 50 Gwei at one point. Currently, Gwei's sitting at 10. So for some reason, the price of Zen's coming back down. I don't really understand the correlation. It makes sense as far as minting. Like, less Zen would be released in the future because less people are minting when the Gwei's high, but I don't understand how it affects the price right now, but it might just be a kind of a mental thing. Psychology of the market type thing. What's up, Bange Delamer? Welcome, welcome. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, if there's anything else you want me to talk about, want me to look into. We're coming up on an hour, so I'm not going to hang out for too much longer. I'm hungry. We haven't eaten dinner yet. What should we eat for dinner tonight? Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for supporting. If you could, come over to Twitter, retweet the stream. On Twitter, I'm at Tree City West. Not only are we streaming on YouTube, but I'm also streaming over on Kick. We're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on Twitter. So I hope you guys come and follow me on these other platforms. We got a whopping one viewer over on Kick right now, so that's kind of cool. That's actually one more than normal. So shout out to the viewer over on Kick. What do we got going on over on Twitch? So over here on Twitch, check out the stream manager here. Got a couple follows. Shout out to you guys. We got one viewer over on Twitch. Hell yeah. That's what's up. We got one viewer on Twitter. And then we got 15 or 19 over on YouTube. So shout out to you guys. What's up, Rockstar? What up, Crypto Bruh? We're just hanging out, going over everything. I'm getting TA requests. That's exciting. People are wondering why the markets are crashing. Like, man, you must be new here. Pasta? I was thinking pizza. Or Taco Bell. I'm down for whatever, though. We could get pasta. Kind of late for pasta, right? Let's see here. What else we got going on? I haven't been in the Zen.pub forum. Shout out to Joseph for putting this together. There's some definitely some cool topics over here. I was kind of addicted for the first couple days, but I just kind of fell out. Why minted a trillion Kozen? Can't mint on Evmos. Flash loans to claim NFTs. I don't know if people realize what will happen with DBZen divs during the bull market. I'm kind of in that camp too. The DBZen supply is so low, it's going to absolutely explode if there's ever any traction there. I haven't ran sync node because all my miners are temporary, rented. One I have to keep starting over. Yeah, you will have to. I mean, I keep starting over anyway. You know, anytime there's a sync node update, anytime sometimes the database gets locked, I just delete the blockchain DB and start over. So here you can see the sync node actually finished. So it finishes, all blocks are valid, it gets to the end, and then my batch file automatically loops it, and then it starts fetching the new blocks. So I'm really trying to figure out the best way to build this database. Domino's has pasta and pizza. Domino's is also gross. I'm gonna light it up. Hell yeah. What's up, Arnold? Welcome, welcome. Have you gone to the XenBlocks Reddit? I haven't. I have not. The subreddit. What are XenBlocks? What is a miner? What? Holy shit. That was not planned. That's hilarious. You guys saw that, right? I just googled XenBlocks and I clicked on the first Reddit link and there I am. Shout out to you guys. That's great. That makes me so happy. What the hell? That's not even the right subreddit. Man, that's cool. How to set up SSH? Yeah, so here. It's actually super easy if you're using the WSL for Linux. So if you do need to know how to set up the key pair for Vast using Linux, here's a link for you. Basically just follow this little guide. It goes along with the video I have too. I also got a video on how to do that. But man, that was cool. P2P network with proof of work XenBlocks miners. Hey, look at that guy. There's a hash head. Ribbit Finance. Miners available for Windows and Linux. Total nodes connected 32. So that's pretty cool. When is that? So that's 5 hours ago. So there's 32 people running this correctly. So testing the nodes. Testing the nodes. That's awesome. Ooh, on a Mac. Actually, it's the same. It is the same. So if you're using a Mac, you'll want to start, ignore the WSL stuff, and start with the SSH keygen. This command should work on a Mac, because this is a native Linux command. So if you start with generating the key pair, everything after that step should be the same. The WSL thing is just to install Linux and Windows. If you're using a Mac or you're using Linux already, you don't need to do that. You can just start in step 2, do the type cd to get to the root, type in the SSH keygen to create the key pair. Then you type this command to get permissions to view the private key. This command will view the public key. You paste the public key into the VAST side and Titan X, lol. Yeah, that's funny. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're also going to have the members only stream. So I'm going to do the same thing that we did last week, where I'm going to have it'll definitely be a longer member stream, and I have some plans. I'm going to go through some coins that are not Zen. So tomorrow, the member stream is going to be a not Zen stream. We're going to talk about maybe NFTs, maybe other blockchains. I'll tell you some projects that I'm staking in. You know, basically going to cover the other parts of my portfolio that aren't Zen and DBZen. What time? It'll probably be early afternoon, so I'm thinking 12:30, 1 o'clock. Probably wake up early, drink some coffee, run around for a little bit, come back, do a stream, and then we're going to some parties tomorrow. That should be fun. This is the college town I'm in. The Saturday night before Halloween gets wild. Probably 25,000 people go downtown all dressed up. It gets crazy. You think OpZen will succeed? I do. The thing with the side chains, though, I mean, it really depends on the liquidity. The reason why it's so volatile is because there's little liquidity. There's only $3,000. So until something comes along that either builds liquidity natively or this gets some traction for trading, and people are just going to claim their Zen and dump it. The cool thing about Optimism Zen, though, is the supply is going to be much less. So there's going to be less Zen to dump sooner, if that makes sense. So when I keep talking about Zen finding that bottom of the supply, when there's going to be that glorious pivot, when the supply is fully, almost fully minted, but more is being burned, it becomes truly deflationary, and it starts to, just turns into a big U. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be Ken for Halloween. But on that note, I'm hungry, I'm tired, it's Friday night. Hope you guys had a good time. So yeah, we'll be doing the member stream early afternoon tomorrow. Then immediately after that, we'll do a public live stream. I hope you guys sign up down below. We've added a second tier, so if you sign up for the $1 tier, you get the private live streams on the weekend. You can come hang out, chat. You can learn about my portfolio other than Zen. That's what we're going to be covering tomorrow. And then Cat Lady, that's funny. And then we have the second tier of the subscription, the hash heads. And the hash heads, that's where you get the Zen.game. You also get the one-on-one, so we can set up a private session one-on-one to set up your miner. I'll walk you through it. We'll do a screen sharing session. I'll get you going there. And it also comes, so the Zen.alerts, the one-on-one, and it also comes with the private live streams that you get with the $1 tier. So we have both tiers now. Hope you guys become a member. After this, I'll be coding it up, so if you guys want to buy me a coffee for building these utilities, I always appreciate that. You can do that over on hashhead.io. Next time you check your XenBlocks balance, come over to Hashhead, pop in your address, and be able to see your rank on the leaderboard, how many blocks you have, the different types of blocks, and we also got some network statistics over there. So that's a fun little website I'm running. You can also add the networks to your MetaMask. That's good to see. You're late as fuck. Welcome, Dank. Better late than never. Eric Wall, au revoir. Eric Wall's the man. That's funny. But, all right. Well, we're out of here. You guys stay safe. Have a good Friday night. And that's all I got. Tree City West is out. Hope you guys stay Zen.
That's for the DGNs and OGs.
Later.
All right, let's fucking hash.